Good morning, first year. Today is going to be a little bit different because you're going to have a really short video to watch, and then this week and next week, you're actually going to be writing your essays. So, just as a reminder, in week one, we looked at how to describe our setting. Now, this is so important to make sure that whatever you're writing about, me as the reader, I'm able to understand where it was set, okay? Because it helps me contextualize everything, okay? Week two, we looked at show, don't tell. And I'm going to be looking for that when I read your essays. So remember, if you're still struggling, come to tutorials. Week three, we looked at how to plan an essay and we looked at some examples. They're all still there. So please go back and check examples if you want to have a look at them again. Last week, you all wrote your opening. We used the slow writing method. Now, we can't unfortunately use slow writing for the entire essay because that would take forever. But please think about how you manage to vary everything in your opening and see if you can then apply those skills to later on in your essay. And today, all we're really going to talk about is making sure that we understand exactly what I'm asking you to do and the sort of things I need you to do to make sure it is the best it can possibly be. Okay? So, what I'm going to show you is just a keynote version of the same labels that we use. Remember those labels whenever you do your work and I tick them off, okay? And this is for personal writing. So, if you're working through level one, which some of you are, this first column here is for you. So, use this as a checklist if you want. This is how I'll be marking your work. Write about personal experiences in a logical sequence. Use appropriate vocabulary to describe feelings, thoughts, and events. Create text with evidence of structure. Use accurate punctuation, including capital letters. Link sentences using common conjunctions. The next slide will go over what conjunctions are in case you're not sure. Start sentences in a variety of ways. Check writing to make sure it makes sense. And if you're working within level one, you're aiming for around about 250 to 300 words. If you're working through level two, which more of you are, then for this one you have to describe a personal experience, making contents and events clear. You need to use appropriate vocabulary to convey thoughts and feelings. You need to use a clear structure. You then need to write most sentences in a grammatically accurate way. Use sentences of different lengths and types. Use a range of conjunctions. Use paragraphs to separate ideas. Review and correct writing to ensure it makes sense. And you're working for between 350 and 450 words roughly. Okay? Now, level three is where the majority of you are working within. Okay? If you know you're not quite there yet from looking at your levels previously, that's okay. But the majority of you should be using this next column as the standard that you are aiming for. So you need to establish a clear context and setting for events. We've gone over that. You need to describe events convincingly, making feelings and reactions clear. We've gone over that. Make some attempt to reflect on experiences and or feelings. Now, when we say reflect, all I want you to do if you're in first year and you're writing your first ever personal essay, I just want you to end your essay with just thinking about what lessons you might have learned from the whole experience. That's all I need you to do in S1, and I'll add that to the checklist that I'm going to be sending out to you. Use an appropriate structure, which if you've done your plan, then I've already given you feedback on that. Write almost all sentences in a grammatically accurate way. Use a variety of sentence structures. Use paragraphs effectively. Edit and revise writing to ensure clarity of meaning and improve language. And you're aiming for between 500 and 600 words in your essay. Now, this last one, only a small number of you will be working towards in S1. Okay, and this is for level 4. Recount events convincingly, clearly establishing contents and setting for events. Convey feelings, reactions, experiences with a sense of involvement and or insight. Convey a sense of your personality and include clear reflection. Use structure effectively to enhance writing. Use a variety of sentence structures, varying openings and lengths. Use paragraphs effectively to structure content. Edit and revise meaning to ensure clarity of to ensure clarity of meaning and improve language, and you're aiming for 800 words. Only a small number of you will be working towards level 4, and if you think that this is you, remember if you're not sure you could ask, then you might want to look at the S2 lesson where we looked at reflection. So because for level 4 you want to reflect a lot in your essay, so you need to be comfortable with what that actually is. Okay, so today you're going to start writing your essay. I want you to do this on Word. What I'm going to do to make life easier for you is I'm going to put a blank Word document on your Teams assignment, and then that way you can just type right into it and send it. If it doesn't open for you, then just do your own Word document and attach it when you're handing in, okay? If it's not letting you attach, email it to me instead, or put it in your OneNote and email me to tell me that's where it is. You're going to get this week's lesson and next week's lesson, so you're actually going to have it due for 2 weeks today, okay? I want you to take your time, right? You can do it during lesson time, you can do it during tutorial time, and maybe just 1 or 2 other points during the week, okay? Use the plan that you created. If you didn't create a plan, please do this first. It will make your essay better. Use a checklist. I'm going to give you one next, and I'll put one on Teams assignments, OneNotes, wherever you need them as well, okay? I really want you to read over your work. If you're someone that struggles a bit with figuring out punctuation and things like that, there's 2 things you could do. You could use the learning tools in Word and listen to it being read back to you, but as you know, it doesn't always sound great. Or get someone that you're at home with to read it to you, and you 9 times out of 10 you'll hear where it doesn't sound quite right, but when you read it to yourself, quite often you automatically correct the mistakes in your head, so you're still not really seeing them, okay? You've got loads of time to work on this essay, so I want it to be your best work. I need you to check your spelling, okay? You're doing this on Word. If there is a red squiggle underneath, fix it, okay? I need you to check your expression. Now, Word in your iPad won't underline where you've maybe incorrectly said something. It doesn't seem to have that function. So please make sure, or the other one it won't underline is if you've got a word spelled correctly but it's the wrong word. So you could either type this up in just in Glow in Word Online if you prefer to do that on a computer, or else if you're using your iPad, again, please read over your work or get someone else to, so that you can hear when something hasn't been said the way you want it to be said. Check your paragraphs, okay? I don't want anyone handing me in something that's not in paragraphs. We've gone over this in first year, folks. If you change the time, if you change the place, if you change the person speaking, or if you change the point, I've forgotten, what is it, time? Oh, topic, that was it, topic. I do apologise. If you change the topic, you need to change the paragraph, okay? Have you thought about your word count first of all? Make sure that it's where it's meant to be. Have you included loads and loads of thoughts and feelings? Remember, this is your personal essay. It should be your own thoughts and feelings. Have you thought about word choice? Did you write sad when you could have used a better word? We've gone over this, okay? Have you included similes and metaphors? Because we did loads of work on this. So please, when you see that bit in your label where it says recreating an event or a feeling really convincingly, similes and metaphors are going to help you do that. They're going to help you bring things to life. Now, I'm not going to read these all out to you, but what I've done is I have put a couple of lists of some conjunctions for those of you that aren't sure what conjunctions are. Remember in primary you talk a lot about connectives and connecting words. So that's basically what conjunctions are. So if you wanted to, I can add these lists into the notes that I'm going to put out onto your OneNotes, or you could just freeze the screen and take a screenshot if you want. But there's a list of some conjunctions I want to use, okay? So, your checklist then for S1 personal writing. What I want you to do is once you've finished your essay, I want you to go back and look at this checklist and check you've done everything. Is it on Word? Does it have a title? Have you described setting using the senses? Have you described thoughts and feelings? Is there a variety of word choice? Is there a variety of sentences? Did you show emotions rather than tell me about it? Now here's what we haven't talked about yet. Did you use I and not we? And this is particularly for those of you that are writing about a sporting achievement in a team. Don't say we did this, we did that, we felt this. It's about you. Does your word count link up to the level you're aiming for? Is this work the best that you can do? Okay. And remember, you've got this Monday right now And next Monday, there'll be no more videos this week and next week, okay, to work on this. You've got your Thursday morning tutorials. Those are in just your class, not your whole year group. You can email me. Most of you know now how to contact me through Glow. You can add in questions to your OneNote in the distance learning section and just put in Teams, just tag me to say I've asked you something in OneNote. I'll also put a quick checklist in there for you as well, okay? And the videos aren't going anywhere, so if you're stuck at something, look at the video again, okay? Right, off you go, first year. Go and write me these fabulous personal essays. I am here if you need me. Please don't forget that. Bye.